Here's a sentence you don't hear often in crypto. XRP trading volume just surged 74%, yet price barely moved. At first glance, that feels wrong. In most people's mental model, more activity should equal more price movement. But markets don't operate on intuition. They operate on mechanics. And when activity rises without price following, it usually means people are watching the wrong layer of the market. According to recent reporting, XRP experienced a sharp rise in trading volume during a period where the broader crypto market contracted by hundreds of billions in value. That combination is unusual. Volume rising while price stagnates or softens is not noise. It's information. It tells you something changed in participation, not necessarily in direction. Volume alone does not equal demand. Volume alone does not equal reversal. Volume alone equals interaction, and interaction is the earliest visible layer of market behavior. When people see volume spikes, they jump to a simple conclusion. Price is about to follow. That's a shortcut, not a mechanism. People expect activity, price. But markets operate on pressure, movement. Volume is activity. Pressure is imbalance plus conviction. Without imbalance, activity becomes churn, not direction. Volume measures how much changed hands, not why it changed hands. It doesn't tell you intention, confidence strategy, emotion. It tells you engagement. A high volume period with flat price often means buyers met sellers evenly, liquidity was tested, positions were reshuffled, risk was redistributed. That's not bullish or bearish. That's structural motion without outcome. Markets move when conviction overwhelms liquidity. Volume without price movement often signals contested zones, balance of power, temporary equilibrium, repricing attempts that failed. This is different from a breakout. A breakout is conviction with imbalance. This is interaction with resistance. Think of it less like a launch and more like compression. Now add the broader market backdrop. While XRP volume was rising, the overall crypto market was shrinking. That's not random. When capital retreats from the market but concentrates activity in a single asset, it signals focus, not frenzy. It suggests traders, funds, or algorithms are choosing where to pay attention rather than chasing everything. Focus is quieter than hype, but often more meaningful. Price is usually the last layer of market truth. Order flow, positioning, hedging, and liquidity testing happen before price confirms anything. Price is like a scoreboard. Volume is like the game itself. You can watch the score, or you can watch the play. One tells you what happened, the other tells you what's forming. Volume spikes can mean many things: accumulation distribution, hedging rotation, algorithmic repositioning, liquidity discovery. None of these require immediate price movement. They reveal who is active before price reveals who is right. That distinction is subtle, and most headlines skip it entirely. Here's the trap. People think markets move on data. Markets actually move on behavioral pressure. Big numbers don't move price. Urgency does. Urgency shows up as panic chasing forced exits, fear of missing out. Quiet volume spikes show analysis, not emotion. And emotion, not logic, is what produces violent moves. So what does a 74% XRP volume spike really tell you? Not what will happen tomorrow. Not what candle comes next. It tells you participation increased, liquidity was tested, attention shifted, activity evolved. It's a setup metric, not a trigger metric. Volume is the question. Price is the answer, and answers rarely arrive instantly. Volume surges attract attention because they look like signals, and often they are. But signals aren't promises. They're indicators of activity, not guarantees of direction. Price reacts to pressure, not participation, to imbalance, not interaction. So yes, XRP volume surged. Price didn't follow yet. That isn't failure. That's information still unfolding. Because in markets, understanding comes before prediction. Depth comes before motion. And clarity always outlasts noise.